Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Standing on the corner where I grew up. Same spot with struggle, showed up. Side screaming stories that we know too well. Brothers behind bars, tales to tell. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. When the system's stacked and you wonder why. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie. They tell the truth. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie about the youth. Started from the struggle, started from the pain, started from the place where nothing stays the same. Started seeing patterns in the poverty, started understanding what they don't see. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. When the rich get richer and the poor just cry. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. About the badges that bleed and the reasons why. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie. They tell the truth. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie about the youth. Loyalty and love in the broken blocks. Loyalty and loss when the gunshots pop. Loyalty remains when the world forgets. Loyalty and pain with no safety nets. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Hope in the hood where the kids still play. Hope in the hearts that refuse to pray. Hope in the mothers who march for change. Hope in the voices that won't be caged. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie about the power when the people rise. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. See the truth reflected in the children's eyes. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Justice ain't blind when the victim dies. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie. They tell the truth. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie, streets don't lie about the youth. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Streets don't lie, streets don't lie. Yeah, I've been thinking about the way you left me hanging there. Back when we was young and didn't have a care. Remember how we used to sit out on the block, talking about our plans before the world went wrong. You said you never change, never turn your back. But here I am alone, trying to stay on track. Why you gotta do me like that? After all we've been through, man. Tell me why you gotta do me like that? Oh. Now I see you rolling with the mother cats, same ones we used to laugh at, calling them rats. You forgot where you came from, forgot who held you down. When your mama kicked you out, I let you crash at my house. But success got you twisted, got you acting brand new. Guess loyalty don't mean it when the money come through. I'm still here in the same spot where you left me standing, watching all these fake friends, now I understand it. Why you gotta do me like that? Tell me why you gotta do me like that? After all we planned, why you gotta do me like that? Oh, why you gotta do me like that? I ain't mad though, I just want you to know that when this all falls down and you got nowhere to go, I'll still be right here, same place I always been. Cause real recognize real, and that don't ever end. So if you ever come around and wanna make it right, look me in the eye and tell me why you had to fight against the only one who kept it real from day one. I forgive, but I don't forget what you done. Life's too short to hold grudges in my heart, but trust is something that you grow apart. I learned my lesson about who really got my back, and now I know the answer when they ask, why you gotta do me like that? Tell me why you gotta do me like that. After all we planned, why you gotta do me like that? Yeah, real talk, real talk. That's all I ever gave you. Real talk.
You know the block where we came from. You know the pain that we ran from. You know the game ain't the same, son. You know the corners where we stood. You know the hood misunderstood. You know we did what we could. You know how the story goes. You know how the story goes. You know the struggles that we faced. You know the tears we never traced. You know the system had us displaced. You know the brotherhood we embraced. You know the mothers that we lost. You know the freedom at a cost. You know the bridges that we crossed. You know the lines that can't be crossed. You know the prayers in the night. You know we had to learn to fight. You know wrong from what's right. You know how the story goes. You know how the story goes. You know the hope that keeps us strong. You know we've been waiting too long. You know the words to our song. You know the where we belong. You know the truth in our eyes. You know we see through the lies. You know the sun's gonna rise. You know the legacy built. You know the blood that we spill. You know the dreams we fulfill. You know the void that ain't filled. You know tomorrow's gonna be big. You know we'll find our own way. You know what I'm trying to say. You know how the story goes. You know how the story goes. You know.
Young blood, you think you know it all. Young blood, walking tall through these halls. Young blood, but the streets got plans for you. Young blood, reality's about to break through. Listen close, little man with the big dreams. Listen close, nothing's ever what it seems. Listen close to the wisdom I'm dropping. Listen close before your world starts stopping. You chase respect like it's something you can buy, but respect earned through blood, sweat, and why. You hustle backwards, thinking fast, money smart, but slow grind builds character, builds heart.
Time gon' teach you what I'm saying. Time gon' show you what is real. All that rushing, all that playing.
king, you think the block loves you. Young king, but loyalty ain't always true. Young king, surrounded by fake soldiers. Young king, wisdom comes when you get older. Trust nobody, not even your own shadow. Trust nobody, keep your circle narrow. Trust nobody, they smile while they plotting. Trust nobody, your downfall they watching. The game will chew you up and spit you out unless you learn what survival's really about. It's not about the corner or the rep you claim. It's about integrity within the game. Hey,
Time gon' teach you what I'm saying. Time gon' show you what is real. All that rushing, all that playing, gonna leave you broken, make you feel.
listen, young blood, listen, young king. Listen to the truth that the years bring. Pain's your teacher, struggle's your guide. Keep your soul intact, swallow your pride. Years later, you gon' understand my words. Years later, flying high above the birds. Years later, thanking God for all the pain. Years later, sunshine coming after rain. The blocks that raised you also tried to kill you. The homies that claim love also tried to drill you. But you survived cause you learned to think. Put yourself back from the motherfucking brink. Now you see the bigger picture, see the plan. Now you're grown up to become a real man. The lessons that you learned through all that hell made you strong. Got stories to tell.
Time gon' teach you what I'm saying. Time gon' show you what is real. All that rushing, all that playing,